What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the newest episode of the San Antonio Marshals flashback franchise. We're getting ready to kick off the season, and I'm telling you right now, we're getting right underway. We have an opening primetime game Sunday night on the road, going to Heinz Field, take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no way how we're not going to kick off the season in primetime, so we'll get that gameplay as we get through the first chunk of the season. A quick recap for those of you that don't quite remember what our team is at. We're 86 overall. 91 offense, 87 defense. New players. If you just even missed the last episode of the offseason, we brought in Dallas Clark at tight end. Most of you guys remember from the Colts, so we swapped him from a divisional rival. The rest of the offense remains pretty much the same. When it goes to the defensive side of things, we brought in some veterans. We got Warren Sapp. We got Zach Thomas coming in to add that experience that when we actually make the playoffs, we're not a one-and-done team. So I think we've made the correct moves to finally be considered a legit playoff contender for this upcoming season. And man, I honestly just want to get back in this game. I want to get back with AP, Vince Young, Andre Johnson, and company, and feel what Dallas Clark feels like. I love utilizing my tight ends. So we are week 1 in primetime, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, getting a very quick scouting report of what they got. Let's see, they got Alan Faneca, Kendrell Bell, James Harrison's up to a 99, Casey Hampton. What do we got at QB here? Kurt Warner. So then with the veteran. We have the veteran at QB. Okay. You know what? This is a winnable game. This is a team that doesn't have a whole lot of speed. Winnable game. And it's prime time to kind of stick our claim that this year's going to be different. We finally made the playoffs last year. Didn't get that playoff win. This year, going all the way. Let's get into the game. Let's go Dallas Clark. No gloves needed. Big time reception. Battles puts us up on the Steelers 31. Opening drive. You want to silence this crowd and really just take him out of it from the opening drive. Second and goal. Come on, Dallas. Come on, Dallas. Come on, Dally. Or we'll just take off with Vince Young and scrambling. Oh, because he's, freakish athlete that we've seen at the quarterback spot since Michael Vick. Oh, let's go, Wes. Let's go, Wes. Oh, I hate tackle battles so much. But it sets us up on the 4-yard line. The Steelers are able to equalize, but now it's time to get some C4 specials in. Really feel how AP can execute that play. And he executes it pretty damn well. Oh, let's go AP. Ah, there you go. Just another touchdown. Double. Let's see. I want to get a hat trick. Let's get a hat trick in his debut performance. Oh, Andre did him dirty. Oh, tell me how my ass tastes, Kobe. Tell me how my ass tastes, Kobe. Only the real ones know what that means. Okay, Reggie, just take it to the house. We have the most unstoppable backfield in the National Football League. Reggie Bush, Vince Young, Adrian Peterson. It's going to be like this. Actually, it probably won't be like this because we need the sim to actually play like this, but we're going to be unstoppable. We're actually controlling this team. Oh, my. Oh, my. Well. Hey, 4 touchdowns in your debut game. Then you do stuff like that. And that's a dominant performance. 45-31 in prime time. Looking at our stats, I'll say right now that the Vince Young, 288 yards, no touchdowns, the pick. I threw the pick at the very end. I don't know why the audio didn't really pick it up. It should have been overruled. There's no challenge. Should have been automatic challenge. There's like 30 seconds left. Clearly out of bounds, but it is what it is. Look at the running attack. 12 carries, 106 yards, 4 touchdowns. AP debut game. We got 104 yards of touchdown for Reggie Bush. We got a rushing touchdown from Vince Young. Get used to this. This is unbelievable. Andre Johnson, 4 catches, 144 yards. Defensively, we got 11 tackles, 2 TFLs from Jamie Sharper, a couple of half sacks, a pick. Great. Oh, there we go. Great game, Kerry Rhodes. As we win in prime time to hopefully get this season kicked off on the right foot. But how are you going to stop AP, RB, VY? Week 2 of the season, we're able to follow it up with a big-time dub, 27-24 over division rival Indianapolis Colts in this game. Vince Young protected the football, 300 yards and a touchdown. We got 2 more scores for Adrian Peterson. Brings him to 6 already on the season. Reggie Bush got a touchdown as well. Receivings were, go right across the board. 2 sacks for Warren Sapp. That's awesome. Coming in as a veteran. Wasn't expecting a whole lot out of him, but that is huge as we jump out to a 2-0 start. All right, so looking at the draft class that we are going to be working with, we got that beautiful 08 draft class. Jake Long, Chris Long, Matt Ryan, Darren McFadden. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to lie. It looks like a pretty split draft class. Not super overpowered, but there's definitely some nice talent there. You throw in some Joe Flacco, Aqib Talib, CJ Tuke. I mean, should we just get every running back and have like 9 running back sets? When you look at the weakness of our team, we don't really have one. We pretty much are going to be in a scenario we can go best player available, generally speaking. Honestly, like our offensive line set, defensively, a D tackle middle linebacker could be the 2 spots, maybe another corner. So look at the secondary, like you said, DRC, Aqib Talib, Brandon Flowers had some big years for the Kansas City Chiefs. A little bit later, you got Brandon Carr, Orlando Scandrick. It's not terrible. For the linebackers, Keith Rivers. I mean, pretty much any of these linebackers that we're going to talk about, we probably could move inside and won't have to worry too much about. Gerard Mayo, Curtis Lofton. It's not a great draft class, though. Anything in the UDFAs? Wesley Woodyard, David Hawthorne. It's not that great of a linebacking class. So hopefully there's going to be an LB when it comes to free agency. What about D-tackle? What are we talking about D-tackle? You got Glenn Dorsey. He's inconsistent throughout his career. Who did he go to? The Chiefs. He wasn't that great. Pat. You got some Red Bryant. There's some solid D tackles here, but I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for here, fellas. Like what I really want. Is there any DEs that are big that we could move inside to D tackle? There you go. There's gonna be a number 1 pick, fellas. He's gonna fit within the parameters. I want to bring him in. He'll be D tackle. Calais Campbell out of Miami. It'll make even more sense if we pick late in the first, because then it's not that much of a reach because he is projected to go early, mid, first round. You look at the other side, Kendall Langford, you probably come inside as a D tackle. But I'll tell you right now, there you go. That's our number 1 target. I want Calais Campbell. A big fan of him, and he'd be a huge impact playmaker for the Marshals. So from that, we're looking at week 3, where we picked up another victory to jump to a 3-0 start. Another divisional victory, 16-14 over the Tennessee Titans. When you look at Vince Young, consistent, 272, a touchdown. Our running attack wasn't great, which is, it was only a matter of time because the sim just doesn't calculate for running backs to actually run well. Dallas Clark had a big game. Reggie Bush got a receiving touchdown, which is good. Defensively, a couple sacks. Jared Allen, Vince Wilfork, Darrell Smith, Dave Pollock, a couple half sacks there. No interceptions, but I will take an ugly, kind of boring victory. A victory is a victory, even more so when it's against an AFC South divisional opponent. And we falter for the first time within the Division 2, which stings. I don't know what's going on with their offense the last 2 weeks. Again, it's just the sim. The sim's weird, but we fall 13-10 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Vince Young wasn't anything special. Touchdown and an interception. Our run game non-existent. Andre Johnson caught a touchdown. That's pretty much the only positive that we have. Defensively, Mebane got a sack. Got a pick from Jamie Sharper, but we gotta get it going. Getting back on track, finally some offensive production, even though our running attack wasn't quite there. But hey, we'll take it 31-13 over the Carolina Panthers on the day. Vince Young, 291 passing yards, 2 touchdowns to no interceptions. The yards weren't there, but both Reggie Bush and AP got a rushing touchdown, which I'll take it. Andre Johnson, big time performance, 8 catches, 122 yards, and a tutty, as well as Dallas Clark chipping in with another touchdown. Jamie Sharper led the team in tackles, 2 sacks for Warren Sapp, sack and a half Darrell Smith, a sack for Jared Allen, sack for Ninkovich, all over the place. Goddamn New York sack exchange, except it's in San Antonio, Creative, I know. All right, fellas, I'm starting to get some deja vu. We are winning like crazy, and if you remember last season, we won a bunch of games in the first half and literally could not win to save our life in the second half. But I'll take it, 26-20 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not liking all the field goals, but hey, we'll take this. We'll take the points. Outdueling Michael Vick. Vince Young does just enough to get the job done. The running attack was on point, 96 yards and a tutty. AP, 58 and a tutty for Reggie Bush. On the receiving front, Greg Jennings got himself a receiving touchdown. We got 2 sacks, Darrell Smith, 2 for Jared Allen. Jamie Shepard, Warren. Man, we are getting a lot of sacks this season. I like it. Sheldon Brown got an interception as the train keeps rolling. contract time, which is why we have been spending very little in free agency because we know we have a lot of good talent that we want to retain. So first up, we got Vince Wilfork, $24.6 million deal. Got him locked up. Jared Allen, definitely want to get him, even though his dev trade has kind of plummeted just a little bit. Still 87 quick. Not gonna lie, low-key have liked Greg Jones as a fullback. Works very well in the C4 special, so we'll lock him up. We got Jason Peters. And these contracts are absolutely ridiculous. Wes Welker, bring you in here. Thank you. Honestly, Warren Sapp has been productive. If he'll take this deal right now, there you go. We're laughing. For the rest of the team, we definitely want to bring back Daryl Smith. Seems like he's getting like 2 sacks every time we check the box score. Maybe a mono because we don't want to lose 2 centers between him and Steve McKinney. But you know, we just threw around a lot of money and retained a lot of elite talent in-house. Let's get into the final sim game of the episode. I think it's against the New Orleans Saints. And week 7 against the Saints, we shit the bed in the 4th quarter, losing 23-20, giving up 18 unanswered. Oh my God. Giving really 21 unanswered in the second half. We didn't do anything in the second half. Vince Young, I mean, that's an all-right game from him. Running attack was horrendous, even though AP still got a rushing touchdown. That is pathetic. Receiving, Andre Johnson had a nice game, 8 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. We got a sack, couple sacks. Again, I'm glad we're able to retain Warren Sapp. He is playing like he's aging like a fine wine. Sharper and Sheldon Brown both got themselves some interceptions. But unfortunately, we have to end this episode on an L against the Saints. They don't even have Drew Brees, man. So as we wrap it up, we are 5-2, a game back to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC South, but we actually have a game in hand. So, I mean, we're well on the hunt. It is a somewhat competitive division. If we shit the bed like we did last season, where I think we actually probably had a similar record. Maybe we were 6-2, 4 and I don't know. I think 5-2 or 6-2 or something like that last year, and then we lost a bunch of games down the stretch. For whatever reason, we just lose every game at home, which makes no sense. But if we do tank, I mean, the Titans and Colts, especially below us, they're not, stinking. They are going to be able to, if they can get momentum and we start dropping off, we could very well find ourselves at the bottom of this division, which would be incredibly frustrating given how fun and dominant we are when we actually control this team. But, I mean, who's going to stop when we actually get in and play? And I feel like, maybe this will be the final straw of seasons that we just sim a crazy amount, because I know that the sim's bad in Madden 19, and this team surely should be winning more games than what we're 5-2, but you know what I'm saying. If we shit the bed down the stretch like we did last season, so back-to-back seasons, I know this team should not and will not do that if we were controlling it. So maybe we'll have to alter how this is presented. But for right now, I like the sim. It keeps it honest, and it makes it so we don't, make the playoffs and run away with the division every single year. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into a new episode of the San Antonio Marshals. If it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys are going to be staying tuned for the next episode to drop in a couple days' time. And thank you for watching. And until next time, it is C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking to talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game like, who are you stopping? Not me, not never. Not me, not never. Not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent.